Well, so we're here to look at what the stories are on the newspaper. Good morning to you.
Hi, Roland.
Yeah,
Good
how do you
morning.
call these things that you wear?
Beads, just
beads.
beads necklace.
Yeah, I love them.
Thank you.
All right, so we have to look at what the front page of the Daily Graphic is saying.
As captured by myjoyonline.com. Radio stations risk closure if they fail to comply with Content Standards Regulations 2015.
That's as serious as it can be.
It is, and I agree. There's too much said that is not protected.
Okay, you mean there's too much trash?
Trash, yes. I was just trying to be diplomatic.
Yes.
But yes, there's too much out there that can be protected. And, you know, let me go back to Rwanda. It was radio that messed them up. It was radio that people got on and said all manner of things. It was on radio that people said all the painful things, all the very serious things that got them to what they went through, the war and the genocide. And so I think it's about time we actually implemented this religiously and complied with them. I agree.
I think in trying to comply with the content or the standards of the law is what needs to be complemented by a lot more education as well, because we also need to educate the population. We need to, because when you open the phone lines and people get to speak, and they speak all manner of things that are insulting. So this should be able to take care of that. You know, in implementing this one, I'm not too sure of the name, but there's supposed to be a gadget that will help sift the delayed gadgets that will help determine what should go on air and what should be cut even before it gets out there. Okay. And so this is we hope that this law will also compel the media owners to have those facilities in place. It should, and I just hope this is not another talk for us, but it should actually get into action. Let's practice it. It's not another talk session where you talk through it, we wish to do this, we wish to do that, and it remains a wish for good for the rest of the year. I agree with you, because this year is a very thorny year for many of us. This must be action year. Who are very close to the political parties and the elections. And, you know, many of the time the elections, everybody's home. So maybe this is a good opportunity for them to, you know, implement and make sure it works, probably for their good. We'll see how it goes. Organized labor, apparently, and government are supposed to meet over price increments. And we know all this is stemming out from the upward adjustment of petroleum prices. Did you have the experience yesterday? I did. Now I am lost because deregulation came and it was supposed to be an automatic adjustment system. And with this new introduction of whatever tax that we now have to pay, is it 21% or more increment on fuel? So where lies the deregulation, the automatic adjustment system? How effective is that now? I'm lost. Maybe I also need education. I think that the deregulation is that they introduced another tax as a levy. Okay. So directly, as if it's separate. So doesn't but it's been worked onto the numbers for us. And so how are we going to fuel the automatic adjustment when it happens? Precisely, a very good question that many of us had been asking. Yesterday evening was the time I went to the pump. Okay. And I said, wow. Now it's like 3 something. You know, after going through the 2.6 to 2.9, 2.6, you know, it stayed at 2.6 for quite some time. And just overnight like that, 3 something. And it's more than 350. I mean, that's so it means that now if you buy a gallon, it's 15 Ghana cedis. That's just so much. You might not. It's so much. You might not. Because if you look at the number of times you tend to buy fuel, because and you cannot go and buy 1 gallon. No, you can't. You need more. You need more. You can't buy 1 minimum gallon. Like 3 gallons and. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know, somebody needs to educate us here, because if we are not well educated, we cannot communicate well. And so we need that education that answers the question, how is the automatic adjustment system going to work alongside this new introduction? The point is, you and I are educated about it. It's just that because we're customers and we're ordinary Ghanaians. No, Roland, I'm not educated about this one. Okay, I am not. We'll see how that goes. Then I guess we have to do a lot more of the education. I think so, yes. Maybe it should come from those implementing that. Yeah. We need to ask better questions, so we'll try as much as possible to ask a lot more questions. We have also public outcry, or the crying the hikes of the same issues we're all crying. Because today I can imagine people going to work in the morning, you have your budget fixed and you definitely must revise that budget, and it's not comfortable at all, and especially if you have, I don't know the last time you experienced trotro. Public transport here. Last 2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks. Okay, so no, but probably it was very smooth, so you wouldn't have gone through. But trust me, yesterday afternoon.
You mean short commuter trotros from
Yes.
Accra to Tema? No,
Yeah.
I took it for a long journey, so
Okay, that one is not trotro.
that's trotro.
No,
it was
that
not
one-
a bus. It was not comfortable.
It wasn't comfortable. Okay, but you see, people are going to have to engage in a lot of argument and fights with mates and the drivers, and and this one I listened to the news, and the driver who was saying that I park my car, my fuel is resting. I haven't used my fuel, so I park. If you agree to pay, we move. And so, and it's more like this being brushed on your face. You don't have a choice. Because if you are going to work, in fact, you have to be at work, and you don't own your even your private car, we are crying. And you have to go through that, and you have your fixed budget, and you have no idea how you're making it back from work. It really, really, it can be very disturbing, and somebody needs to talk some good language.
Also, will tell you it is well. Daily Guide has the main story. Military chief sacked after recruits riots, and apparently it's only barely a day after a Daily Guide report about imminent changes to the command of the Ghana Armed Forces, and President John Dramani Mahama late Monday replaced the Chief of Defence Staff, Vice Admiral Matthew Kwashi, with Air Vice Marshal Samson Michael Oje. Okay, and we have the next one.
Yeah, I've not run away. Justa Group boss and the chief executive officer of Justa Group of companies, Charles Esum, has discount reports that he has squandered investments of his clients and absconded, describing such reports as erroneous and deliberate ploy by his detractors to tarnish his hard-won reputation. And so, well,
his detractors will be his customers then, because they want his head.
They want.
The next story we have is killer woman grabbed. And it says a 40-year-old woman, Mercy, blah, 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 who allegedly stabbed a 28-year-old woman, organizer of the New Patriotic Party, blah, 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 called Kende to death.
So why did she run in the first place after stabbing?
Yeah.
If she knew she
was...
wasn't...
sometimes when you commit a crime, then something dawns on you that
that's where Calibos would go like, Erade.
All right, so we have front page of the Finder. It says fuel prices 70% just taxes. Ghana for. Yeah.
Well, but I love the Doomsday story. VRA stockpiles 855,000. That's 855,000 barrels of crude oil to make up for the other side of Doomsday.
Because we know that we're told, which of the plants? The Ghana gas plant in Echuabo
is going for maintenance.
So they said they are well cushioned.
They are well cushioned.
Let's hope so. I had power cuts, I think early in the morning, and then also a day before. So.
After the blink in my area, we still experienced.
You had the blinks.
We had the blinks.
I had consistency.
I said you were fortunate.
Consistency in Doomsday. How can it be that we're fortunate when we're having power cuts?
No. You see,
your gadgets,
when your gadgets are resting, you know that, okay, the lights are off. I can get to my fridge or my gadget and put it off. In my case, it was blinking. So by the time you even get there, it's back on.
Tariffs reduction talks today, and we know that this is between organized labor and also the chief of staff and all the necessary players that are.
We hope they go and talk. It's not just fashion.
It's a long time we've seen organized labor on the streets. I think it will be good for good journalism too sometimes. True. If it's not a mischief talk by me, though. Let's go up. Today, newspaper has a lead story. Fear grips farmers as Meteo predicts low rainfall in 2016.
And that is not just in Ghana here, but it sounds like there's going to be it's been predicted that there's likely to be drought this year
across the globe.
Across the globe. So, we for all you know, the last time there was such prediction from the Meteo,
never happened.
There was flooding.
Is it a Meteo? Are you sure?
I hope it's not coming from us, though.
Ghana Meteo?
It's not coming from us. It's not. It's not. If I am talking about across the globe, it's beyond that.
The International Weather Center.
Yeah, but of course, nobody controls it. We can only predict. Nobody controls it. Sure. I want to get religious and say it's in the hands of God.
Amen.
I don't want to get hungry.
It is well. Mahama goes wild, plans to deal ruthlessly with saboteurs, and apparently information available to the Today newspaper indicates that the seat of government, Flagstaff House, is on fire as President John Dramani Mahama plans to deal ruthlessly with anyone who will make his second-term ambition impossible. You mean those
Has he
in the Flagstaff
identified those?
Well, we have to call him.
I think
you have his number. Let me take my phone.
Yeah. No.
My phone, mom. Press the number. No. Fred, please call the president for me. 0244 343454. Let's
ask him if he's identified those who are his detractors. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know he's about doing reshuffling. He's done.
Yeah, it's been
speculated.
You have any insight as to?
Yes, we spoke about that. Yeah, I don't. No, I won't give out inside information. Don't worry.
Talk about journalists and protecting our sources. We'll see how that goes. But let's look at other news portals we have.
Yeah,
Gladys.
My City Online. Okay, cityfmonline.com. And so blame government taxes for fuel price hikes. Of course, we know that is what is causing the fuel hike, because of course if we ask the question that where lies the automatic adjustment formula, and obviously it's government tax that is making it expensive, and so we are not happy.
It exonerates the BDC from any blame. I think this one ordinary Ghanaian
we understand that it is government who has made our lives impossible in terms of fuel. So it's so obvious, you don't need to ask. It's 1 + 1 2.
And no. We have other stories too.
Sure. So group demonstrates over fuel price. Which group is this? I want to get into that story and find
Fred,
out.
Please click the story. Let's read it.
Which group is demonstrating? I hope it's purposeful and it will yield results, because there's a dead goat who is immune to demonstrations, and we wonder how that is going to work.
Talking about these hikes, that's one of the symptoms, right?
Yeah, so the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana has served notice. They will soon hit the streets to demand a downward review of the recent increases in the prices of petroleum products. This, the group says, is to ensure that government gives consumers a fair deal. Has government never been fair to the consumers?
In this regard, as a consumer, I think not.
So until this new tax, I think government had been fair with deregulation.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
So far, yes.
So it's like Odumfu Kung Fu. Yes. They made it and they
yeah. It seems like they've mopped up all the cash they thought they didn't get the last few months.
So, yeah.
Or they intend mopping up. Because if the pressure is on, then government would need to listen to the people, Gladys.
He would listen, but in a matter of months, he has to, redeem before he gets back to listen. But on Monday prices, of course, we know that when the fuel prices went up between 18 to 27%. I thought it was 21. Okay, so 18 to 27%, and the increase was occasioned by the passage of the energy sector levy by Parliament in December 2015. Talk about Parliament. The opposition came out to say that the incumbent government used their numbers to always push through, but I don't get something.
But this one, we never heard it until it got passed.
Exactly what I want to. So that's what I mean. I don't get something.
But
we never heard about it.
It's always convenient for opposition parties, and we know the NDC did it in opposition. The MBB is doing the opposition. But the thing is, it's once you and I have to give credence to the NPP opposition too. They've voiced a lot some of the concerns they have with some of the things that government has been doing as far as
they get in bed to finish up and come out to scream. I'll be the first to scream so that my hands are clean.
Not really a fair comment, but that's how sometimes it can, because it's passed before we hear the concerns. We're crying no more.
Or sometimes they intentionally boycott, and then it comes back to us, and then they come and complain.
Sometimes it's the rules of the game, man. We have the BBC, guys.
Yes, so let's go to BBC Africa page to see what they also have been talking about. So Roland Go.
It says IS fighters attack Libyan oil ports. Libya, I forgot. They still have oil deposits, a lot of them. Fighters from the so-called Islamic States, that's ISIS, they clashed with guards, killing 2 in an attempt to enter Libya's Sidra oil port. You go up there, up. We have Facebook. It's a Facebook post back South Africa race row, and comments by a white.
Not again.
Go up. Okay, Fred is not listening to us, so we have to call it a break. But in the meantime, though, please make sure you get interactive. Join Us on TV is a page on Facebook. It has a link on our Twitter handle at Join Us on TV.
You can always get a lot more stories and details from myjoyonline.com. Just log in and get all your stories fed to you.
Thank you.